नमस्ते। सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सर्ववेदांत सिद्धांत गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविंदं परमानंदं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। Continuing the Tatpada Vichara, in Shloka 245. So continuing the Asipada now. So Tattvam, both have been seen. Tat and Tvam, after having been inquired into, it was said in the last Shloka 244 that the Aikya Asipada, which is talking about Aikya between Tat and Tvam Pada, it is not between the Vachyartha as it is, the words as they are, Jiva, whatever we have the understanding of with Jiva and whatever understanding we have with Ishvara. Both are with Upadhis, so the Aikya is not between them as they are. Then how is it? It is between the, because there is a Virodha, there is contradiction. It is between that which remains after refuting everything. So oneness is meaning there is only one. Oneness means Aikya is only one. There need not be two which are becoming one. So what is being said is that these two that you see, there is definitely contradiction in them. They have, these four examples had shown various contradictions. There are four different contradictions which are there in the at various levels, at the R level of Ananda, at the level of Jnana, so and at the level of the Ekadesha Gatas and Sarvagatatvam. So all pervasiveness versus limitedness, and so on. There are these Virodhas. These are indicative. Wherever you feel Virodha, those Virodhas, they do exist. With the Upadhi, definitely the Virodha do exist. So Aikya is not at that level. So when we say Aikya at that level, we are saying the two different, seemingly different entities do exist in Vyavahara. One is the creator, one other is the created, and so on. Those attributes do differ. So Dharmi as well as Dharmas have differences. However, these are only when you see Dharmas and as Dharmis. These are all Upadhi Kruta, Maya Kruta, Avidya Kruta. When you take those away, what remains is no longer an equation. That equation is resolved when you say that Jiva is Ishvara. That time you are seeing two entities separately. But when the equation is resolved, then what you know that it was not an equation in the sense that two have become one now. The two have been shown to be only one. That is oneness, which never became many. It never became two, which never became many. So that was 244 Shloka, which says that at what level is this Aikya being talked about? It is the Paramarthika level. And then 245 is introduced by saying Anyonya Virodhe Karanam Ahatayoriti. Anyonya Virodhe Karanamah. Why then is this contradiction that you see? Anyonya, mutually they are contradictory to each other. Jiva Sharira and Ishvara Sharira. This is the contradiction really. We say Jiveshwar Aikyam, but what the Shishya is saying is Jiveshwar Ayor Anyonya Virodha. There is a mutually opposing set of qualities, and it is impossibility. It is an impossibility as per the Purva Pakshi as well as the Shishya who is trying to get this equation right. And that is said in the 245th shloka. What is the reason for this contradiction? Let it be apparent. But why so? When there is Aikya, when there is only Aikya, meaning not Aikyam between the two, oneness as in it stands alone. In the wake of reality it stands alone. That entity which is one, how can it appear many? And here in this case at least, why does it appear as Jiva and as Ishvara? Why that Bheda at all? What is the Karana? That Karana is mentioned here. Tayor virodhoyam upadi kalpitah na vastavah kaschid upadireshaha ishasya maya mahadadi karanam jivasya karyam shrunu panchakoshaha. He says, remember your inquiry into Tvam and Tat Padarthas. What is it? Tayoha virodha, anyonya virodha, the mutually opposing attributes are the ones which are appearing contradictory in the dharmi also now. So Tayor virodha ayam upadi kalpita. It is due to the upadi which itself is kalpita. Upadinaha, it cannot be tritiya here. Upadi kalpita is upadi which is kalpita. Virodha is ayam upadi kalpita. So virodha is imagined, which is due to upadi. So you can say, why the imagination also? Imagination for Jiva level, it is due to his karma. The kalpitatvam or projection. Some people prefer the word projection instead of imagination. So let's say projection or superimposition. Why are these superimposition also means kalpitatvam? So projection, let's say, why is this Jiva Sharira projected? Why is there a Tadatmya Sambandha? Due to the karma. And why is there karma? Because there karma as in karma phala. There is bhoga to be done. Why bhoga? Because karma was there. Why karma? Because ragadvesha were there, kama was there. Why kama was there? Because of ajnana. Why ajnana? Anadikalena. It was always there. So it has been a continuing sequence endlessly till this jnanotpatti, and that imagination of the upadhi, meaning the projection of the upadhi or the manifestation of the upadhi by Ishvara for this person, individual jiva, is for him to undergo bhoga of whatever karma he has done, for good or bad. So Bhagavan blesses him with a particular sharira where he can enjoy or suffer whatever he has done, the results of whatever he has done. Then okay, what about Ishvara? Why does he have a sharira separate from us now? Why is he having anything? So that is due to Maya. And we have seen Maya is what? Karyanumeya. It has to be inferred. It has to be inferred based on the Karya. Although Nirguna Brahma himself cannot undergo any change, there is Aikya, but still due to the Karya which is seen, the Prapancha, therefore some Karana has to be there. The world couldn't have come from nothing, as in there has to be an existent Karana, and that Karana has to be this Maya which is Ishvara Shakti. Thereby Nirguna Brahma can as though create through Sagunatvam, which is with Maya Upadhi. So now Vastava, it is not real. Karyanumeya, it has to be seen from the effects we infer something. It is not real. It is an Adhyaropa. It is a Prakriya, a methodology which uses some tools and then it takes away those tools. They are no longer necessary. So, Kaschid, na Vastava Kaschid Upadhi, Esha Upadhi Kaschid, Esha Kaschid Upadhi, whether it is the Jiva Sharira Upadhi or Maya Upadhi for Bhagavan, for Brahma, it is not Vastavaha, it is not real. Na Vasati. Vastava is Vasati iti Vastava here, it is not real. It is not real in the sense, it is not Trikala Badita Sat. Ishasya Maya, what is that Upadhi now? So that Ishasya Maya Mahadadi Karanam. That Mahadadi Karanam, Karyanumeya Maya, you infer from Karya. What is that Karya? Mahadadi. Mahad. So Mahad is the Hiranyagarbha or Sankhya terminology, which is the Mahat Tattva. Mahat Tattva is the first created. You can call the Ahankara also at the individual level, or Hiranyagarbha at the total level. But here, since it is Isha, at the Isha's level, that Mahat Tattva, which is that Nirguna Brahma associating with something, has to associate with something, so that Karya has to be created, which is Sukshma, very Sukshma, and that the most subtle of them is the Mahat Tattva. That has to be manifested for everything else to be manifest, and that is the first level of Upadhi. And starting with that, whatever comes from Pancha Mahabhutas, and then whether they are Sukshma, or then after Panchikaranam becoming grossified, and the Stula Pancha Mahabhutas, and then Karya, their Karyas, the Jagat, as well as individual Shariras. But all that is the Sharira of Brahma, and thereby he is called as Ishvara. Starting from Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha, and then Virat Purusha. So who is that Ishvara? Ishasya, that what is Ishvara is one who has taken, Brahma who has taken this Upadhi. That Upadhi is Maya, which is the Karana of this Mahat Ityadi, starting from Mahat. So what is the Karana? Since Mahat and other Karyas are seen, what has to be inferred is an Upadhi. This is Kalpita. By Shruti, Kalpita, see, imagination, we think, no, I didn't imagine it. Shastra is telling me, Guru is telling me, I didn't imagine it. Yes, imagine, not by us. Let it be by Shastra. Shastra Kalpita. Shruti does the imagination so that you can, what you see has to be given a value. So it gives some notional value and then takes that away after Jnana through Apavada. So this Upadhi is what? Maya Upadhi is what is Ishvara's Upadhi, and Jivasya Karyam Shrunu Panchakosha. What is the Jiva level Karya due to which the Upadhi is Kalpita? That is Panchakosha, all these 5 koshas, with which now this Jiva associates, Brahma associates, and thereby gets this name tag of Jiva. The same Brahma with a Maya Upadhi gets the name tag as Ishvara, and with the Sharira Upadhi, Panchakosha Upadhi gets the tag as Jiva. Tayoho Vachyayoho ayam virodha. The contradiction is only if you take the literal meanings of Jiva and Ishvara. Paikya ayogyatva rupaha, because they are not fit to be one. The limited individual is not fit to be the limitless. Cannot be possible, because everything is contradictory. There is very little that we see from what we know without any training. What we know from that, there is very little that we can say that there is which is same between the two. On the two sides, there is almost nothing which is same unless you know what the Shastra is talking about. Otherwise, everything else, there are more differences than similarities. Therefore, Aikya Ayogyatva Rupaha Upadina Kalpitaha. Upadina Kalpitaha. Due to the Upadhi, it is imagined. The differences are also imagined due to Upadhi. And Upadhi is, we can say it is not imagined, let's say. It is Mithya. So, if we have an allergy to the word Kalpita, Kalpana, we can say it is created, manifested, it is created by Bhagavan, let it be. But these Upadhis are adjuncts and they are to be seen as Mithya. After Mithyatva Nishya, both Upadhis go away and what remains is one. There is no more oneness to be made, it is oneness which is known. Na Vastava Swabhavikaha Kaschit. It is not real, it is not natural. It is not natural, it is not this Swarupa. Swarupata Bheda Nasti. There is no Swarupa Bheda between the two. Swarupata, it is Satchidananda. What is real, Vastava, is Swabhavika, meaning Swarupataha. There is no Bheda. Ka Upadhi iti chedaha. What is the Upadhi on each side? Upadhi Esha iti Tatra Tatpadartasya Upadhi. Upadhi Maha Ishasya Maya. What is the Upadhi of Ishvara? That is Maya. Tatpada. What is the Upadhi of Tatpada? Tatpada Upadhi is Maya. And Tatswarupa Maha. What is that Swarupa of Maya? Mahadadi Karanam. It is that which is the Karana of Mahadadi, which is the created, manifested world. Mahat Tattva Ahankara Panchatanmatradi Sakala Jagat Karanam Maya Ishasya Upadhi. He explains what is Mahadadi Karanam, Mahat Tattva, which is created first, which is the first tattva from which the ahankara comes. So Mahat Tattva, then Ahankara, then Pancha Tanmatra. Tanmatra, the subtle Panchabhutas. Adi, then grossification, and then the Prapancha which comes of this mixture of these gross Padarthas and subtle Padarthas. Sakala Jagat Karanam, the entire world is the Karya, and what is its cause? This Mahad Adi Karanam is Maya, which is Ishwarasya Upadhi. Ishwarasya and Ishasya same meaning. Isha and Ishwara are same. Jivasya Tvam Padarthasya Karyam Upadhi. What is the Jiva Upadhi? Tvam Padartha, which is Jiva is Tvam Padartha, and it is Karya is Upadhi. What is the Karya? Karyam Upadhi. Kim Tad iti Ched. Karya is Upadhi. What is the Karya? At east. So what is being said is Karana is the Upadhi at the Ishvara stage, at the Tat Padartha, and Karya Upadhi is for Jiva. So the Karana is not Karya, meaning Maya is not itself created. Maya is Shakti which is inferred, but it is not created by anyone. It is an existent Shakti of Brahma. Therefore that Karana is the Upadhi to Brahma, whereby he becomes Ishvara. And what is its Karya? Mahadadi Karya. But final Karya, what is this Mahadadi for? The Jagat is created for what purpose? Not the Jada is always for the sentient, and the sentient in this case is one who has Karma Phala Bhoga due. So for a person whose Karma Phala Bhoga is due, which is called as Prarabdha, that creates a Sharira, and that is the final creation. The chain ends. So Tasmad Etasmad Atmana Akasha Sambhuta, Akashad Vayu, Vayor Agnihi, Agnirapa, Adbhya Prithvi, then Prithivya Aushadaya, Aushadibhyo Annam. Till this all Jagat. Annat Purushaha. Annat Purusha means this, finally this Jiva Sharira is created, who is called as Purushaha, after association with then Brahma, which enters this Sharira as though with Tadatmya Sambandha. So the final creation is the Purusha, which is actually part of the Jagat if you look. But we do the Bheda as what? This Sharira is mine and everything else is Jagat. But what is it? Annat Purusha. Anna is this Jagat. At the Anna level we say everything is Jagat. Anna means Prithvi level. But Annat Purusha, all this is Annamaya Kosha. So that Purusha is the final creation. The Annamaya Kosha, ending with Annamaya Kosha, is the final creation. So that is the Karya, final Karya. And that Karya Upadhi is called as Jiva. With Karya Upadhi, this Satchidananda Brahma is called as Jiva. Kim Taditi Che Shrunu Pancha Kosha. These 5 koshas. So the last is Annamaya Kosha, but all these others, Annat Purusha, but all these others will mix and they'll create a mind. The Pancha Mahabhutas will mix and create a mind, Sukshma Padarthas. Mind and then sense organs, all these we have seen in Tattvabodha. Karyopadhirayam Jivaha. Karanopadhi Ishvara. This is the Bheda. Karanopadhi and Karyopadhi. 2 upadhis are there. When Brahma associates with both of them, then as though becomes divided into Jiva and Ishvara. Iti Shrutehe. So there is a Shruti Pramana for this, which says Karyopadhirayam Jivaha Karanopadhi Ishvara. So that is the 245th shloka. एता उपाधि परजीवयोस्तयोः सम्यं निरासेन परो न जीवः राज्यन्नरेन्द्रस्य भटस्य खेटकः तयोरपोहेन भटो न राजा. Another example is given. Eta upadhi, it's a dual. Etau upadhi. Etau, these 2 upadhis. What are these upadhis? Parajivayo upadhi. These upadhis of para is Paramatma and Jiva. Tayoho, between those 2, what of those 2, not between those 2. For these two, what are these upadhis? These are etau parajivayoho tayoho parajivayoho etau upadhi bhavataha. So we can make an anvay like that. These are the upadhis of. They are just upadhis. They are not parajivayoho. But when you inquire into these, what remains? When you inquire into Tvam-pada and Tat-pada, this is Vachyartha. Upadhi with Upadhi. Vachyartha is with Upadhi. But then Samyak Nirase, once you inquire very well with Shastra Pramana, then Na Parona Jivaha. There is neither someone who is higher and someone who superior and someone who is inferior. Na Parona Jivaha. There is no separation possible between Jiva and Ishvara anymore, because they were both Upadhi Kritaha. Once the Samyak Nirasa is, once you refute the Upadhis. Example for that is the two Upadhis for Narendra, for an emperor or a king. Rajya, his kingdom is the Upadhi. You won't. So if there is a king, he has to have a kingdom. He cannot be a roaming around king who has no place to stay. So Narendrasya Upadhi is what? Rajyam. Bhattasya Upadhi kim? Khetaka. Bhatta is a soldier so a soldier's Upadhi is what? Whatever you know the soldier by, not a soldier, a servant, let's say. A servant who, like a watchman or someone who holds something in his hand. So a Dwarapalaka, he has something in his hand, like or a warrior. Let me see which is a better fitting meaning. What is the translator using here? So warrior, so shield, he says a shield, so some weapon or a shield. That is the meaning for Khetaka. So Bhattasya Upadhi, for a soldier or warrior, this is the Upadhi. His shield is the Upadhi, whereas you make out the difference between the two. Both are men. Both are men, but what is the Upadhi? One has the Upadhi of the shield, the other, he is known by his kingdom. He does not have to, the first level he will send the warrior, all the set of warriors. So he is like, what is the difference between the pawn and the king? Nothing, except for the Upadhi. Both are men here. So if you look at them, Tayoho apohe na bhato na raja. Once these Tayoho upadhayo. Upadhayo, so when the Upadhi goes away, you take away the Upadhi, you take away the kingdom from the king. Can you call him a king? No, he is just a man, simple man. And you take away the shield. You sack the person from being the soldier, then who is he? He is just a man. So between them, there is no difference now. Of course, the example has its own limitation, but there are two different men. How can you say that there is oneness? Oneness is only up to that level, that there is no difference between the two now. In the example, they are no longer king and soldier. They are no longer two different entities at that level, as there is no difference between superiority or inferiority, because there is an inferiority complex, that I am an individual, I am limited, and Ishvara is limitless. How can that be? So that much is the example here. Jiva parayoho etau upadhi maya panchakoshascha. So you have seen this earlier. Natra kachana bhidasti. So there is a Upanishad Vakya which says that Natra kachana bhidasti. There is no difference between the two, between Paramatma and Jivatma. Neha nanasti kinchana. Another Shruti says that there is no plurality whatsoever here. Here in this sense, in Paramartha. In Paramarthika there is no difference between the two. Jnanavasthayam. Asango hyayam purushaha. Another Shruti says, Braj Shruti says, Asango, ayam purusha asanga. He cannot have any sambandha with the Upadhi. So, if you say that there is Paramatma and Jivatma, there cannot be two, because Paramatma and Jivatma are Upadhi Krita Bheda, and Asanga Brahmatma cannot have any association, with these Upadhis also. That Upadhi Sambandha itself is Kalpita now. Tadatmya Sambandha. Asango nahi sajjate. And further it says, the Upanishad says that Asanga, not further, that mantra is earlier to that. So Asanga hi nahi sajjate. There is no association possible. He does not have any connection. No Tadatmya Sambandha is possible between Brahma and Maya, Brahma and Jiva Sharira, Panchakosha also. But still we say there is Tadatmya Sambandha, that is due to Ajnana. Ityadi Shruti Bhi Tattvam Padartha Shodhikabhihi तयोः उपाध्योः सम्यक् निरासे. Once they are refuted, these upadhis are refuted. How? Through tattvam padartha shodhikabhi. So through the inquiry into tat and tvam padarthas, when the upadhis are refuted, so there is the difference between two are refuted, what remains is oneness. Then na paro na jiva, there is no paramatma jivatma separately, kevala chinmatra rupatvat bhedaka bhavat, because only Satchidananda remains here, chit chinmatra, only consciousness remains. That consciousness cannot be divided into two. Why? Bhedaka bhava, there is absence of difference between consciousness. You cannot say one consciousness and another. You have seen the other day as to nothing can divide this consciousness, because otherwise you have to take satta also. Satta spurti you will never know. We have taken satta example. Let's take the example of chit. If you say between one consciousness and other consciousness, what is the difference between the two? If there are two consciousnesses, then between the two there has to be unconsciousness. If there is no consciousness between the two, there will be no spurana possible. You will never know that there is anything in between. How did you know that there is anything? There is absence of anything also, you won't know. So because there is spurana, the consciousness has to be all pervasive, and that all pervasive consciousness has to be one. Bhedaka bhavat, kevala chinmatra rupatvat bhedaka bhavat. Tatra drishtantam, and the example given to explain this is Narendrasya rajyam upadhihi. Kingdom is the upadhi of the king. Khetakaha ayudha vishesha. Khetaka is an ayudha vishesha, it is a particular weapon. Bhatasya upadhi bhedaka dharmaha. The upadhi for the soldier is the bhedaka dharmaha, that is which divides, separates him from the king. Why is the king carrying a shield? He is not carrying a shield. Who is carrying a shield is not the king. He is a soldier. Tayoho apohe abhave. Once they are negated, those shield and kingdom is taken away, what remains is just a man. You see this person, the king also as a man, and you see soldier also a man. Na bhato na raja. Neither the king exists nor the soldier. As in the kingness is gone. Whatever kingdom brought that attribute of king, that has gone away. So the king exists as man, and the soldier also exists as man. So that's why when jiva is mithya, we say jivatvam is mithya. When we say Ishvara is mithya, Ishvaratvam is mithya, because Ishvara is really Brahma and jiva is also Brahma. Therefore jiva is mithya means jivatvam is mithya. That is how we have to understand. Here also na bhato na raja means that rajatvam or bhatatvam, that is mithya. In this example, manushyattvam is not, the manushya as a manushya, both remain. But in the exemplified, there are no two, so you cannot say both remain. There is only singular undivided consciousness, Satchidananda Vastu. Upadhi nirasa katham karaniya iti chedaha. So now there is a question, all this is, how is it possible? How can I do this nirasa? How can I negate this sharira? It is so real. And Ishatvam, how can I negate the creatorship? That is also real, How? Katham karaniya, how should it be done? What is that? Nirasa upadhi, how should these upadhis be negated? Cognitively, you cannot take away the upadhi. So, literally, it is all figurative in the sense, the upadhi was kalpita, so kalpita where? In the buddhi. It was cognitively created, cognitively there can be nirasa. And that is explained in the 247 shloka. Athata adesha iti shruti swayam nishedati brahmani kalpitam dvayam shruti pramana nugrihita yuktya tayor nirasa karaniya itham. Itham karaniya, how should it be done? In this manner. Shruti itself says, this is his adesha. Adesha means this is the teaching. How should you do the nirasa? Athata adesha neti neti. So athata adesha iti. Iti shruti swayam nishedati. How does the shruti negate? By saying this is the teaching, this is how you have to do the nirasa. Atha adesha, atah adesha neti neti. What is the adesha? Neti neti. You can, how do you negate it? By saying not this, not this. And what is that? Not this, not this. Not this karya. I am not this karya. I am not the karana. And so on, you negate. I am not the created, I am not the creator. These are the upadhis, neti neti. I am not limited. So all these upadhikrita, whatever bhedas are there, they should be removed. Neti neti. Not the gross, not the subtle. Neti neti. So at each level, you can do neti neti. That na iti, not this. Iti is whatever you can objectify. Iti. Idantaya. So if you see something that you objectify, oh, am I this? No. Whenever that thisness comes in, you have to refute that. Not this. You have objectified it. Whatever you are objectified cannot be the subject. The knower cannot be known, in the sense the objectifier subject cannot be objectified. So Drisya Viveka is being shown here as neti neti iti shruti. Nishedati, swayam nishedati, by itself it shows the prakriya. What is that? How? Then what is this iti as seen as what? It is brahmani, dvayam brahmani kalpitam. Na iti, that first iti, second iti, at my level and at the universal level, dvayam kalpitam, both are imagined. At individual level, so you can do iti, na, you can see iti, sukshma, and as stula, there also iti can be refuted. But then between the tat and tvam, how do you refute? Na karanam, na karyam. So iti. But what is this iti then dvayam? Brahmani kalpitam. It is imagined in Brahma. Both Ishatvam and Jivatvam, both are imagined in the same singular Brahma. Shruti Pramanu Anugrihita Yuktya, through the Yukti, through Tarka, which is Anugrihita means blessed, as in it is shown by the Shruti, acceptable to Shruti. So Shruti Pramana Anugrihita. By a Pramana, how does Tarka become valid? Tarka is a Pramana. But in this case, Tarka is a Pramana. That Tarka, only that Tarka is Pramana which is being shown by the Shruti. So the Shruti is the Pramana there, and Tarka becomes a Pramana in case of inquiry, the way we have to inquire, because it is shown by Shruti Pramana. So it borrows this Pramanatvam in this case from the Shruti, because that is the basis. You cannot land otherwise. If you land wrongly against the Shruti, then that Tarka is not a Pramana. So you can use any Tarka as long as that Tarka lands you into the Shruti statement, which is Aikya. Tayor nirasa karaniya ittham karaniya. So in this manner, using the Shruti as the tool, one has to inquire. Atha adesho neti neti iti Shrutihi swayam brahmani kalpitam dvaitam vastu nishedati. Shruti, by saying neti neti, that is the prakriya of Shruti. Even with Mahavakya you see, when Mahavakya says Tattvamasi, it says whatever you see in Tat, not that. Whatever you see in Tvam, not that. So neti neti is the prakriya even in Tattvamasi Vakya. Dvaitam vastu nishedati. By that, kalpitam dvayam, what is negated is the imagined kalpitam in Brahma. By itself Shruti does it. So Shruti swayam nishedati. Iti shabdasya idam ityartha. So it is idam, whatever is cognized. Idam idantaya. Vipsa sakala drishya varga nishedartha. Vipsa means that repetition. When you say it twice, oh no. When you say oh no. So emphasis is given when you repeat, and here that emphasis in Vipsa, the emphasis is sakala drishya varga nishedartha. All the groups, all the duality are which are objectified. All of these are objectified. They are entire, in its entirety it should be negated, and for that purpose this Vipsa is used. Idam iti yadyat pratiyate. Each and everything, yadyat also is Vipsa there. Yadyat is each of which pratiyate appears tat sarvam api adhisthana vyatirekena nasti. It is not separate from its adhikarana, the material cause. It is not separate from its basis. The kalpita cannot be without the basis, and it is nothing but that vastu itself which is seen otherwise. So sarpa is nothing but rajju appearing as sarpa. Adhisthana vyatirekena satta nasti. It does not have any satta. Therefore spurti also, what is seen, that imagination which appears to be which gives its existence to sarpa, that sarpa is mithya. Rajju itself appears as sarpa. Nasti swatah satta spurti shun. So nasti swatah nasti means what? Swatah satta spurti shunyam. By itself, if you leave it on its own, you take away the gold from the ornaments, the ornament cannot have an existence. Nama rupa matra. Similarly, adhisthana vyatirekena idam iti yat pratiyate tat sarvam adhisthana vyatirekena nasti, meaning swatah satta spurti shunyam. They will neither be there nor will they appear to be there. They cannot have a presence even in kalpana unless satta is given by the substratum. Evam shrutya eva sakshi evam shrutya eva sakshan nishidhyamanatva. Since shruti, the pramana for this, in this case shruti is the only pramana, since that shruti negates it directly by itself. Sakshat is the meaning of swayam in the shruti, in the shloka, in the first pada. Sakala pramana murdhanya shruti anugrihita yuktya. So sakala pramana murdhanya shruti anugrihita yuktya. So he adds that murdhanya in between that shabda shruti pramana. So shruti pramana, he says, what is shruti pramana? It is a murdhanya pramana. It is the peak. It is the main pramana, primary, based on which others are derived. So sakala pramana, among all the pramanas, what is the chief pramana is that murdhanya, which is shruti. And shruti anugrihita satta spurti shunyam. Satta spurti, shruti anugrihita yuktya. I went to the earlier line in the, so an eyesight error. Sakala pramana murdhanya shruti anugrihita yuktya. Through a yukti which is blessed by the shruti, which is what? It is the chief pramana, murdhanya, among all pramanas, sakala pramanana madhye. Tayoho maya kosha panchaka rupa upadhyoho. Tayoho means between those two upadhis which are maya and panchakosha. At the tatpadartha level maya and at the jiva level panchakosha. Between those two upadhis, the tarka has to be used to refute, negate both of these, and then when you negate both the upadhis, what remains between them is what is common, which is Satchidananda. Itham vakshyamana ritya nirasa karaniya. Okay, I still don't get it. If that is the case, itham in this manner means what has been taught and which will be taught. So vakshyamana ritya, nirasa, negation has to be done the way it will be shown further in the next shloka. Nedan nedam kalpitatvan na satyam rajjau drashtavyalavat swapnavaccha itham drishyam sadhu yuktya vyapoya nyeyah panchadeka bhavastayoryah. Nedam. So neti is now interpreted, because we have said what is iti? Idam, which can be objectified. That is said by the Shruti with the word iti. Now he replaces that with idam. Bhagavad Padacharya replaces that and says neti means what? Nedam. Not na idam. Not this. Why? Kalpitatvat. Because both of these are imagined. Be it by the Shruti, but it is imagined. It is an adhyaropa. It is a superimposition accepted with a notional value because of pratiti, so that the shishya can move on. Okay, is this real? Yes, Vyavaharika Satya, it is real. Then it says that it is imagined, and then why it is imagined? that is explained, and then the imagination is refuted by apavada. Na idam kalpitatvat na satyam. Kalpitatvat na satyam. Na idam means idam na satyam na bhavati. This is not real. It is merely an appearance and it is not real. How? Rajjau drishta vyalavat. Like the sarpa. Vyala is sarpa here. He is using the words which are not quite common. So vyala, and earlier he has used something else also. So that is what? That is, he had used the word. Earlier some other word has come by. Okay. Yeah. Gunahivat ahi. Guna and ahi. Guna and ahi was used. Ahi was used for sarpa there. So Rajju sarpa, that is the meaning. And here he has used the word vyala. So vyala is sarpa. Drushta sarpavat, like the snake which is seen. So seen Rajju in rope, but actually the person who sees this, he does not see the rope at all. So we say the person who sees the rope as rope, he says that it is superimposed on the rope. So kalpita, it is kalpitam on the rope, but the person who is seeing, he sees the rope itself as sarpa. So drishta vyalavat, since it is seen like a sarpa seen instead of the rope, so we can say instead of the rope, the person who sees that. Swapna vaccha, and like swapna. In swapna also you see that. If that example you say, no, it is not like that, this I don't understand this, how can it be like Rajju sarpa? Oh, let it be not like Rajju sarpa, let it be like swapnavat, like a dream, let it be swapna, like swapna. Like swapna, you see so many things in the swapna, they are so real, you cannot, the dreamer cannot say that he is dreaming, he can only say that he is waking. He'll laugh at the person who says you are dreaming. Similarly now, everything is that clear to me. You say clear like daylight. Yes, it is clear like daylight. In the dream also it will be clear like daylight. However, only as long as you are dreaming. Then when you wake up, it is a dream. So a dreamer who knows that he is dreaming is no longer a dreamer. Similarly, a waker who knows that he is not an ajnani, he is not different from Ishvara, he is a jnani, and thereby he is no longer dreaming. So this is the example. Nedam kalpitatvat na satyam yat rajjau drishtavyalavat swapnavaccha, like this rope snake or the dream, anything seen in the dream. Itham drishyam sadhu yuktya vyapoya. So in this manner, itham vyapoya, having negated this in this manner. In which manner? It is seen, drishyam. Whatever is seen has to be mithya, drishyatvat mithya. Because it is objectified, it cannot be the subject. And thereby, sadhu yuktya, through this, the right tarka, through the right logic, when you refute it in this manner, refute both of this, na idam, then neha panchade paschad, neyah paschad eka bhavaha, tayoryaha paschad means paschad, after that negation, what is neha, what is to be known? The Shishya had asked at the Tvam-Padartha level itself, when everything is negated, all these koshas are negated, what is neha, what remains to be known? You are the one who is objectifying, is to be known. That is the real you. Similarly here, if you have negated at both levels, you have negated, what is neha? Paschad eka bhavaha neha, tayoho yaha eka bhavaha sahajneyaha. So that's how you have to make an anvaya. Yaha eka bhavaha, that oneness which remains, which cannot be two. The two was due to the upadhis, two different upadhis. Once those upadhis are gone, then what remains is that one, ekatvam. Eka bhava is ekatvam. Tayoho, between the two, Ishvara and Jiva, what oneness remains, which has never become two, that should be known. Sahajneyaha. Nedam iti, na idam. Prathama idam. What is that first idam? There are two idams used. Vipsa is there. Idam. So prathama idam shabdena. Prathama idama shabdena. Eshopadhi maya. also the Isha Upadhi, that Upadhi, Maya Upadhi, it is not this. Basically, na idam means what? I am idam because it is seen. I am not this. I cannot be the Maya. And then Dvitiya idam padena kosha panchakam jivopadhihi. And the second idam, what has been said is that kosha panchaka, the 5 koshas, the group of 5 koshas, which is a jiva upadhi. So Brahma is not that, not this means what I objectify as Maya, which is the karya, which is the karyanumeya, which is the karana which is known through karya. Brahma is not that. Here we say this because now you can see clearly that karya that I see, idam, its karana I can infer as idam, and that idam is not Brahma. What about at the individual level? Jivopa, this Panchakosha, Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, then Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, and then finally in Sushupti what I have experienced, and also in waking state and dream state, the manifestation of that Anandamaya Kosha into gradations of Ananda as Priyamoda, Pramoda, all those are not me because they are objectified. Drishyatvat Mithya. So at my level Mithya, at the universal level also Mithya, I know what it is, thereby Kalpitatvat na Satyam. Bhuyaschante Vishwamaya Nivrittihi iti Maya Nasha Shravanat. Because Bhuyaschante, Maya is destroyed. Maya is destroyed, and destroyed in Nasha there is Adarshanam. There is Nasha Adarshane. The Dhatu Nasha Adarshane says that Nasha means we translate as destroyed, but really what? Adarshana. It is not seen. Seen as in it cannot be inferred also because Karya is no longer there. Karya is withdrawn, it is unmanifest, and then at the beginning of the Srishti, the way it was manifest, similarly at the end of the Srishti, at the end of the Kalpa, it is withdrawn. So all this goes back into unmanifest. Similarly, Maya also remains unmanifest there. Maya was never manifest. Maya was never manifest as Maya. It was manifest as what? As the Jagat, as its Karya. And then Maya Nasha Shravanat, in the Shvetashvatara Upanishad, it is heard that Maya Vishwa, Maya Nivritti, the Karya Vishwa and Maya, its Karana also is undergoes Nasha, Bhuyaschante, in the beginning and in the end. Bhuyaschante again at the end. Not at the beginning, the way it is created, again at the end it is withdrawn. Kosha Panchakasya Drishtanashta Swarupatvam Upaditvam Eva Avasthatraye Anurutya Bhavat. So he says Kosha Panchakasya, of the group of these 5 koshas, Drishtanashta Swarupatvam. Now it is there, now it is not there. That is the Drishtanashta Swarupa. What is this Kosha Panchaka, Annamaya Kosha? As a child you see the same Sharira which no longer remains. Sharira that you are seeing, that no longer remains. Science says that it is undergoing change. Undergoing change, how the cells are dying, other cells are being created, and thereby the Sharira that you are seeing, that is changing. That is no longer the same Sharira. You consider yourself as the same person, but the Sharira is changed. Every moment it is changing, and across years you can see the difference. If you don't see some child across maybe a year later, you say that I can't even make out who is this person. So suddenly you have grown up. So the person has completely changed. The way you objectify, you can no longer objectify the same person. You are objectifying someone else. But you know, Soyam Devadatta, it is the same person, the same Devadatta that you had seen at some other time and some other place, that's the same one. So Kosha Panchakasya, and then that is true with every Kosha also. Prana is also aging. The old person cannot breathe like a child. He is not as hungry as a child. He can only take a little. So all this is what? Pranamaya Sharira. Kosha Panchakasya Drishtanashta Swarupatvam Upaditvam Eva. It is all this Kosha Panchaka is only a superimposition on Brahma, and thereby this Brahmatma becomes Jivatma. Avasthatraye Anurutya Bhavat. Because these do not continue. The koshas that you see in waking state, they do not continue in swapna. You have other koshas there. You see another kosha, you see that I am another person in dream. And then in Sushupti, none of these are there. The dream Sharira, Swapna Sharira is not there, Jagrat Sharira also not there. Therefore, Avasthatare, all these negate each other. In different states, so the dream Sharira negates the waking Sharira and vice versa, and both are refuted they are sublated in the Sushupti Avastha. Therefore, Anuvritti is not there. They don't continue. What is the Anuvritti of? Anuvritti, from the way there is Anuvritti of I. Who am I? I am this person. The way you can identify with the dreamer body and the waker body, that I is the same. That's why you can come back in waking and say that, oh, I was a king in sleep and now I know that I am so poor, or whatever. So as an example, Mamev ye prapadyante mayametan taranti te iti Gita vachanacha. And then he gives Shruti Pramana, Gita Vachana, where Krishna says, Mamev ye prapadyante mayametan taranti te. So those who take refuge unto me, so those who know me, that is prapadyante is who inquire into me, we can take that kind of a meaning, but our focus is on Maya metam tarantite. They cross over Maya. So the jnanis cross over Maya, otherwise it is very difficult to cross Maya. And he says, by that what is he saying? That there is a possibility of crossing Maya. Let it be for someone who is more qualified than me. Let it be so. But it is possible. Meaning what? Maya and taranti means Maya is mithya. So it can be negated, and thereby Maya Sharira can be negated, and then you can know Krishna not as with Krishna Upadhi as Vasudeva, but as whom? As Satchidananda Brahma. That is the idea there. Te dhyana yoganugata apashyan. Te dhyana yogyanugata apashyan devatma shaktim swagunair nigudam iti tasyapi drishyatva shrutehe. So Shveta Upanishad also says, Swagunair Nigudham, Devatma Shakti. This Maya is the Shakti of Devatma. And the Dhyana Yoganugata Apashyan, not seeing this Shakti, this Maya Shakti goes away with this Nididhyasana, Shravana Mana Nididhyasana. After that Nididhyasana, once you have refuted everything and you can stay with yourself, the Lakshyartha of Brahma and of the Jiva also, Jiva Brahma, Aham Brahma. So the Lakshyartha of Tat and Tvam, or Aham and Brahma, once you land on that oneness, if you have Nishtha there, then the Swagunair Nigudam Devatma Shakti, which had become firm, all this through its gunas, Sattva Rajas Tamo Guna had made this idea firm that this Karya is existent, the Karana is existent. All that Devatma Shakti, which was the Devatma Shakti, that goes away. Apashyan, not seeing that, iti tasyapi drishyatva shrute. So it is, whatever is objectified will no longer remain even objectified. In the Dhyanavastha, at least in Samadhi, you don't know all this. It is not existent. So drishyatvam mithya. Drishyatvat mithya. Atha idam karanam maya rupa upadihi na vastuta asti. Therefore, this karana, which is what? Maya Rupa Upadhi, which is the Upadhi in the form of Maya, at the Tatpadartha level, Nasti, Vastutaha Nasti, it is not existent in reality. Evam Kosha Panchakam api Nipunam Vicharayataha Naivasti Dhimata Shishyena Sarvabhavam Vina Kinchinna Pashyami Ityuktatvat. And here he is saying that it is Anubhava Siddha to the Shishya also, who has said at the Tvam Padartha level. Tvam Padartha level, it is Anubhava Siddha to the Shishya, who has said that after this Panchakosha was taught, he followed it and he says, I don't see anything. So that itself can be used as a Pramana, Anubhava for himself, as what was seen earlier is no longer felt to be real, because you know that it is Mithya. Evam Kosha Panchakamapi Nipunam Vicharayatha, with an expert thinking. Now naiva asti dhimata, by a viveki who has discriminated, who has separated himself out, the real pratyagatma, the inner self, who he is. He has separated from this erroneous sambandha with the sharira, and then is with all the viveka which is taught, he knows that in avastatraya viveka, or seeing that all the hetus given for each of the koshas to be mithya, he does vichara, and that inquiry leads to what? Sarvabhavam vina kinchinna pashyami. This kind of an understanding now. Cognitively, he says that I don't see anything other than nothingness. That you see nothing other than it was seen then in that shloka. We had seen the commentary that just by that statement that I do not see anything other than nothing, that other than nothing tells you that you are there. You don't see, but you are there. Who is other? Other than you don't see anything. So other than the subject, no object remains to be cognized. That subject is you, who is Sakshi, and who cannot be called as a Sakshi if the Sakshya is not there. Nothing to witness. If there is nothing to witness, then the witnesser cannot be said to be the witness also. He is existent though, and therefore ataha purvokta upadidvayam api rajjau drishtavyalavat sarpavat swapnavachana satyam, and therefore all this at the level of the tatpadartha and tvampadartha, both are upadhis, and those upadhis are like the sarpa which is imagined instead of a rope, or on the rope it is superimposed, and like a dream it is mithya, therefore na satyam, it is not real. Itham drishyam sadhu yuktya shrutyanusarinya yuktya sadhu vyapoya nirasya paschat tayoho anubhaitayoho kevalayoho chinmatrayoho yaha ekabhavah bhedabhavah sahajneyah. So in this manner, drishyam yuktya sadhu vyapoya, having refuted through yukti, that yukti which is taught by the Shrutyacharya, it has to be used, and then through that yukti, Shruti anusarinya yukti, that yukti which follows the Shruti, and through that, that is the sadhutvam. Sadhu yukti is what? He is taking sadhu twice. He says sadhu yuktya vyapoya and sadhu yuktya sadhu vyapoya. So he takes it adverbially, and he says the yukti is sadhu. The yukti is sadhu meaning what? It is the right yukti because it has come from Shruti, it is following the Shruti. Shruti anusarinya yuktya sadhu yuktya, and then sadhutaya vyapoya. Sadhu vyapoya, sadhutaya vyapoya, or sadhutvena vyapoya. So sadhu is being used twice, so it can go with the Shruti also. It can be used to it can be used with the karya. As a result of that is what? This refutation, negation of the drishya padartha, and on both tat and tvam side. How? So that they do not come back with a doubt. That is the sadhutvam there. Sadhutvam is they do not come back again. These doubts don't come up again and again. You have resolved them completely. That is the idea why sadhu vyapoya nirasya, negated it completely. Paschat, after that what happens? Tayoho anuparitayoho kevalayoho chinmatrayoho yaha ekabhavaha. So what oneness remains between those two? Who are those? Anupayatayoho. Actually anupayata are not two, but since we have started with two, we think they are two, but once these upadhis are gone, we cannot see anything different between the two. So it is all that is one, which has projected itself as two. Anupayatayoho, without the upadhis, what exists between the two, kevalayoho, which are merely Satchidananda, existent Satchidananda, as Satchidananda, Chinmatrayo. Here he says mere consciousness. Between them, what is the difference? Bheda bhava. Eka bhava is Bheda bhava. Absence of difference between the two is oneness, and that oneness, Sahajneya, that should be known. This is the journey of Tattvamasi here. Okay, so we'll stop here. We'll see 249, which is not introduced. It continues, the prakriya continues, and we'll see in the next part. सर्व वेदांत सिद्धांत गोचरं तमगोचरं गोविंदं परमानंदं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोस्म्यहम्. Any questions? Okay, no questions. So I'll see you in the next part. Namaste.